Hello, hello. Welcome to Thursday's Live. We are talking specifically today about arriving in your purpose. You know, that ache that you have, the ache that you're here for something, that you're meant to do something, the ache of like, what is it? We're going to talk about that ache because if you know, you know. We're going to talk about divine purpose. We're going to talk about living your best motherfucking God best life. We're going to talk about how to arrive there and what's sort of holding you back. And I have a really, really, really big announcement. I have two announcements. So one, we're hosting this wicked ass contest that you're gonna want details on this, absolutely. And I have the biggest announcement of my entire everything that I am super, super fucking excited to spill the tea on and share. So let's get into it, shall we? When you arrive, hit me in the comments. Let me know what platform you're on. Are you on YouTube? Are you on Facebook? I'm a little delulu today. I'm a little like disconnected. I'm trying my best. Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm opening up the chats. Here we go. Hello, lovelies. All right, we have so much to talk about today because I've been sitting with this and taking notes on what do I really desire to bring forward, right? So thank you for the hair comment. Appreciate. So I'm so excited because I have a story to share with you. So it is going to be story time with Dime, but it's going to lead to, I promise you, a whole bunch of tools for your little toolkit on how to arrive in divine purpose, how to really truly arrive into that space. I'm going to share my story because I think it's going to be supportive in you arriving in yours. So here we go. First, we're going to say is the hair. When a woman changes her hair, she's changing her fucking life, and I sure fucking did that. So make sure that you check out the podcast series that we have going with Karen and I. It's called Permission Flip, up on the tube of you. So go check that out. Let's spill all the fucking tea of my life in the most loving way possible. So here, let's get into this, okay? You guys have no fucking idea. I am so fucking stoked. So the first thing, I can't hold back. Like, I just got to show you. Look, today's the day. Today is the day. I need to tell you what the fuck this is. So this is my draft print. So it's got this line across. The actual like ones are coming. So this is all of my life dreams right here. Right here is the biggest thing that I've ever wanted in my entire life. And I want to share with you how aching for this to come to life actually held me back from where I am now, like the freedom and everything that I have right now. So I'm going to share a few of these pictures and we're going to talk about this. It's on Amazon. So Ashley is going to she's with us today. She's going to be jumping in the comments up until just a little bit before 3, sharing the link. So keep looking for the link. She'll keep posting it as we go through this. So this whole book, let me tell you really, really quick what the fuck this is. In 2009, I had a psychic phenomenon. That's a story time with Dime that we're going to go through today. And what came out of that was 12 channeled starseed books for children. So this book it's a children's book. This book is hidden coded. Get this. She's such a sneaky bitch. This is what it's coded with. No one will know it's a starseed book. No one will know. And what it's coded with is starseed activation. It is coded with self-remembrance. It is coded with active healing. There is a full channeled in each one of the books, but this is the first one. In the very back of the book, there is a whole channeled meditation, a whole channeled activation meditation, and you won't know. So the cool thing, ready for this? For those of you that have partners that are not awake, that are not in their fucking shit, they're not doing the work, but you got babies or you have grandbabies, your partners reading the book will have their own inner activation. It's so sneaky. It's so sneaky. So it is designed to activate support in such a safe way. And then the whole principle of these books is to teach you how to remove yourself out of fear. Okay. We have fear that moves into these little stepping stones that gets down to the core of how we're locked into the suppression loop. So the whole design of these books, they're geared towards. So this book, literally in 2009, I had a psychic phenomenon. We're going to get into that story right now, where this book came through me and channeled through me, and it saved my inner child and it saved my relationship with my children. So let's get into the story. It was the craziest psychic phenomenon of my life. And then we're going to get into all the other things like the contest. So you want to know what the contest is? I'm going to host a very small, very intimate, 3 people only hangout with Dime, free. And the way you can get into this hangout, this exclusive 1 hour together, I am going to be drinking some fucking whiskey and we're going to talk shit and I'm going to answer your questions and it's going to be this amazing little hangout. So for every person that orders the book and tags us in it, so as soon as you get it, take a picture, okay? Take a picture of the book, tag us in it. Now, if you do it for this book as well, so both books are on Amazon, you're going to get a ballot for each time you tag, and you can share it as many times as you want. If you want to share the picture of that book every fucking day for the entire month of December, then do that. You'll get ballots. Every purchase and proof of purchase gets a ballot, but you have to tag us online. So it's only online. Don't email us because Cindy does not have time for all that. And then if you write a review for either of these books, I'm going to put in 5 ballots for any review that you write on Amazon for us. I really want these out in children's hands. So we're going to do all of that. And so it's for both books, 5 ballots for a review, 1 ballot for each time you tag and share this book. And then I'm going to pick whoever has the most, like we're going to do the thing. And then I'm going to pick 3 names. I'll do that live right before the hangout. We're going to do the hangout at the beginning of January. So we can talk about January's energy. I can give you some personal direction on what's coming. I can channel your guides for you for a couple of minutes. We can have a couple of drinks. We can do all of this stuff. So here we go. Keep following along. Ashley's going to be posting. So if you just scroll, you're going to see the book link there. Okay. So psychic phenomena, how did these books get channeled through me? All of these books, both of them, the children's book and this one are all channeled messages. And this is directly linked to, it's directly linked to you and your divine purpose. Like, how do we do that? And what's holding you back from that? So I have to share this story and how this book came to life because this is the dream I have had my whole fucking life was putting out saving children, helping children not be hurt and harmed the way I was as a child. My childhood was fucking shit. So what it is, I was kind of in that 4D space, 4D, 5D space where I thought like everything was love and light. I was like into Reiki. I was in all two of these. They're all beautiful things. I'm not judging, just I'm not there anymore. And I had this friend, this very, very close friend who also was really into it. And we'd meditate together. We'd call in the galactic together. We had photographs of the galactic in our space. Like it was wild, awesome times. And so we were in this really, really great space. And one day we were like, oh, we got to go for a walk. Like, what is happening? We're both sitting there and no drugs involved. And we're like, oh my God, like, what is happening? So I'm like, we need to go for a walk. There's this beautiful trail along the river. And there was this really beautiful oak tree kind of like way down the path that I just fucking loved. And I didn't know why. So we're like, yeah, fuck, let's go meditate outside. Let's go meditate by the river. So we head out, we get walking down this path. And halfway down the path, she freezes. She gets paralyzed and she just starts crying. And I'm like, bitch, you okay? And she's like, I'm literally in a portal. Like, I don't know what's happening. And I was like, and my heart started going boom, 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 boom. And I kept feeling this, like, keep going, keep going, keep going down the path. And I was like, I'm going to keep going. She's like, I've got this. She sat down. She had the most amazing experience of her life that day as well. And I just continued going. And my heart was like, boom, boom, boom. And I was like, I couldn't get my breath. And so I'm walking down this path and I start to feel like my ears ringing and my eyes are getting blurry. And I'm like, what is happening? But I could just feel this intensity in my body. And then all of a sudden, my ears went, "Ding," and it's like, then they went dead quiet. I couldn't hear anything. And then they reset in. And all I could hear when they reset was children laughing, like just hundreds of children playing and laughing, like better than a schoolyard sound, right? And I was like, what is happening? And so I keep walking forward. And all of a sudden I get hit with this wave of like, oh my God, I'm gonna start bawling my eyes out. And the children are getting louder, and then all of a sudden my eyes go blurry. Same thing, like whoop, like you see the static and the floaters. It was like nothing, and then recalibrated and focus. And I was like, oh my God, have I lost my mind? I'm looking around. And I'm like, what is happening? And there's all these little spirit galactic children, like hundreds of them, playing around the willow tree. And the willow tree is this big, beautiful willow tree. And one branch is like this massive python, and the kids are playing on it. And one branch is this big elephant with a trunk, and the kids are playing on it. I'm like, have I died? Like, what is happening here? And I'm just standing there trying to take it in. And there's all these fairies in the ferns and the like behind it and everything. And I'm like, okay. And this little boy comes up and he looks at me and he's like, can you see me? And I was like, yeah. And I'm like, I got nothing to lose at this point. Like, I fucking lost my mind. Yep, I can see you, kid. Like, what the fuck is happening? And he's like, you can see me? And I'm like, yeah. So he starts yelling. And he's like, you guys, she's here. She's finally here. She can see us now. And I look up and they all look over at me and they all come running and flood around me. And they're like all excited. And they're like, Dime, 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 you don't know, you don't know, you don't know. And I'm like, I don't know. What? Like, what is happening? And they're like, okay. So this little galactic starseed spirit kid, I don't even know what to call him. He's like got like he actually looks a lot like one of the characters in the book. Um, he is like, we got to talk. We got stuff to talk about. And I was like, all right. He's like, you have no idea what's about to happen. You came here for us. And I was like, I did? And he's like, you came here for us, but we got some work to do. And I'm like, okay. And he's like, come with me first. We got to do this. And I'm like, all right. So he walks me over to the big willow tree. And the willow tree is talking in this deep, deep, deep voice. And he's like, child, lay your hands upon me. And I start crying. And I'm like, okay. So I put my hands on the tree. And he whispers, child, let go. Give me your fear. Let go. Let me take it from you. And I'm like bawling. And I've got my hands on the tree, and my ego is like, dude, you're in public. You're like on this path, and people are going to walk by and they're going to look at you. And like, what the fuck is going to happen? Right. And I'm like, whatever, whatever. Right. Like, just go with it, baby girl. Just go. And so I'm standing there and I can feel my inner child crying. Like, she's just in me and I'm holding her. I've got my hands on the tree and I'm sobbing. And he's like, let it go. I've got you, child. I've got you. And I'm like, okay. So I'm just bawling. And then the little boy comes and puts his hand on my back and he's like, as hard, he's like, can only reach my lower back. So he's like rubbing my lower back and he's like, you don't even know how beautiful this is going to be. You have to keep going. And I was like, okay, like, all right. And at this point, I had already tried to leave Earth twice, right? Like, tried to like not want to be here. And in this moment, I'm like, holy fuck, I've never felt this safe and secure. And then the little boy goes, all right, it's time. And I'm like, time for what now? Because I'm still like wiping off the tears and the boogers and stuff, right? And he's like, come with me, come back. So we walk about 100 yards from the tree and we sit down and I'm staring off at the tree. And he's like, I'm going to prove it to you. And you're not going to like it, but you can do this. And I'm like, all right. He's like, close your eyes. Now, let me pause the story. One of the childhood traumas, there was a lot of torture for me as a little girl. And one of them heavily involved butterflies. So I I say now, because this was the year that I healed that. I used to be irrationally terrified of butterflies due to some really heavy abuse that I had to do that was associated with that. So anyway, there's that. Back to the story. So he's like, close your eyes. So I'm sitting cross-legged, hands on knees. And he's like, close your eyes. All right. I close my eyes. And he's like, take a deep breath. He's like, open your eyes. I open my eyes and I look at the tree, and there is a butterfly the size of a small itty bitty car, a Volkswagen Beetle, on the side of the fucking tree. Like, I'm sorry, what? And I'm like, he's like, no, the tree, wise tree already took your fear. You don't have to do that habit. And I was like, oh. He's like, just breathe, close your eyes. So I'm like, okay, so close my eyes, open my eyes. A few more feet closer, a little bit smaller, the butterfly, this massive yellow butterfly. And so now it's like the size of like a dog. And I'm still like, what the fuck? And this little boy's like, no, 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 we don't do that. Remember, wise tree, you took the fear, give it back to the tree. You're okay. And I'm like, all right. And so this goes on and it gets closer and closer and closer and closer and closer and closer and closer. And it took probably 45 minutes because, like, whoa, that was big for me. And then when I opened my eyes the last time, this little itty bitty yellow butterfly, itty bitty, like the size of my thumbnail, was sitting directly on my knee. And I was like, oh my God, I love you. And so then the story picks up. I'm like, whoa. And he's like, you did it. You have no idea. You did it. You did what you need to bring forward. And I was like, what are you talking about? And he's like, okay, all right. So all the kids gather around. He's like, you're going to write books. And I'm like, I already did. Like, this time I'd written part of my biography. I hadn't written this yet. This had not been channeled through me yet. But I'd written part of my, and I'm like, it was all about like my inner being and the journey of my child. Right. He's like, no, you're talking to the wrong kids. I'm like, I'm talking to the wrong kids. He's like, you got to talk to us. And I'm like, your spirit. And he's like, no, we're galactic. You got to talk to us. You have to talk to star kids. And I'm like, okay. And he's like, just trust me. He's like, you're going to be bigger than Oprah and you're going to write stories about like the moon and what spiders are and all of these things. And all these kids are yelling their ideas. All these little star being children are like, write about baseballs and write about fire trucks and write. And I'm like, okay, okay. And then so we're getting all excited, but I know I've been there a really long time. And I'm like, okay, I got to go back and check on my friend. So I'm like, okay, guys, I'm feeling it. And they're like, just wait. You're going to look up later and you're going to understand everything. And I was like, okay. And they're like, and you're going to be back. And I was like, oh, I will be back. And they're like, no, you'll be back really, really, really soon. And I was like, okay. And they're like, all right, we love you. And I leave and I go check on my friend. I'm bawling, like hysterically crying. I'm like, what the fuck, right? So I continue to walk down the path and I'm like, did that just happen? Because you have these moments, you have these psychic phenomenons, and you're like, did I just lose my mind? Like, was this real? Like, what just happened? So I walk down the path and my gorgeous, beautiful sister friend is going through, she just finished her psychic phenomenon. And I'm looking at her and she's looking at me, she's like, holy fuck. And I'm like, right? And she's like, I don't. Oh, we're just staring at each other and we don't have any words. We're like, oh, do you want to go? Like we and then we just walk home and we're both like silent, right? So I got home and then I have a conversation with my at the time partner, not like someone I was dating. And so I'm like sharing the story with the person I'm dating, and they're like, "Can you take me there?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I can totally take you there." So we go for a walk and we walk down the path, and the same spot where my previous friend stopped, my current dating person, they stopped and they're like, I can't go. I'm hearing children laughing, but I'm literally paralyzed. I can't go. And they start crying and I'm looking at them and they're like fall down onto the ground and they're crying. And I'm like, you're right. And they're like, just keep going. Like you need to go. So I'm like, I can't, like, holy fuck. So I start walking down the path again. And the children are there. And they're like, we told you you'd be back. And are you ready? And I'm like, yeah. And they're like, look up. And so the children all gather around me and they're all like sitting there, holding their hearts, staring at me. And they're like, look up. So there's a circle of children, starseed children. We all look up and it's a full moon. And in that moment, boom, went off the channeling of this book. It channeled through me right then, right there. And I was like, I need pen and paper because like I'm gonna lose it. And they're like, we love you. You won't see us here again, but we'll see you here. And I'm like, okay. So I like run down the path and find the person that I'm dating. I'm like, I need paper and pen. Let's go, let's go, let's go. So we like run back to my apartment and I get a paper and pen and it just came out. And then that entire summer of 2009, 12 full stories moved through me. And this is the first one. And I thought my whole life it feels like my whole life because like that's a long time ago, man. 2009. I was like, I honestly thought this is all I would ever accomplish, and that's all I wanted to accomplish was getting this book into the world, and it kept flopping, and I kept putting it into Hay House. I put it into all these places, all these corners. I had a couple of different illustrators, and it just couldn't take off. It wouldn't take off. So let's talk about how you're blocking yourself, how to arrive in this, because today is the day it's available. And now I am a published author in the children's industry and in the self-help, starseed, quantum realm, spirituality industry. So biggest like, what though, pinch me. What I didn't know then was that I was going to hold myself back and that I was going to be, and that I was going to block it. I didn't know that I was going to fully block myself. I also didn't know that you will get the pieces required and then you will walk the path of preparation. So, lesson number one, you will get the pieces required and then you will walk the path of preparation to be in that seat. If that had launched, if the books had taken off back then, they would not be, they would not have the illustrator that they have. And she is the most beautiful, intense, magnetic starseed I have ever met. Her sisters, her best friends, she is the most incredible artist. And you, if you, when you get the book and you start looking through it, you're going to see all the hidden little pieces that are starseed oriented that are hidden in here. The book does not talk about being a starseed. It doesn't even mention being a starseed, but if you know, you know. So that's all in there. And so the preparation piece, I thought I was prepared. I was ready. I had the modules, I had the speeches, I had the education, I had the certificates, I had all of the things. And but I didn't have my own evolution, my own inner evolution. And I didn't also have the following, right? Now I have the following. I'm in a space where we have our membership platform called Starseed Rebellion, where there's starseeds from all over Gaia in there, and we love each other and we support each other and we help each other. They're helping me through my separation right now. They're holding space for me. They're honoring me. They're being my sacred witness. They're being my inspiration. They're being the just stay strong when I can't stay strong. They are supporting me through all of these things. Um, so you get a support system, you get the people in place, you get the most, you're gifted. I'm gifted the most amazing star family, the most amazing ones. And so, and they're all like, yeah, two amazing star seeds in the group ordered two books because I let them have the link before today. They ordered two, one for sharing and one to go put into the world. Like, are you fucking kidding me? I'm so loved. Thank you. So, step one, you have to understand that the vision will come, the desire will come, the ache will be there. The ache, the undeniable ache that you are meant for something, right? That ache, it's in there all the time and it gets intense, but you're being prepared. You're being prepared to bring it to life in the best way possible. 2026 is the same cycle three times over in 2026, where it is hit the ground running, make progress, take action in the spotlight, settle into that, level up, hit the ground, take action. Like it's this insane, insane, beautiful, transformative year, 2026. And December is going to be a little bit scattery. So this is a really, really good time to be diving in and getting clear on things, right? I'm hosting a retreat. So the newsletter comes out Saturday. I'm hosting two very, very special retreats, which I'm really stoked about. So they're all going to be in the newsletter on Saturday morning. Make sure you check your inbox. So go to diamond.com. Still losing my voice sometimes. Almost better though. Diamond.com. You can sign up for the newsletter there. Make sure you get it, please. I spill some tea in there. There's some channeled messaging. There's some stuff in that newsletter. Okay. Including the upcoming galactic events that are the very first 2 weeks of December. And it is, oh my God, talk about like alignment with children. They're called starborn companions. So they're like our battle cats, or like the unicorn or the horse you ride, your valiant steed, the galactic version of that. I'm channeling that in December, the beginning of December. So anyways, I'm just super fucking excited. So I'm rambling right now. Back to the lessons. So these are the key things that you need to be aware of and you need to understand how to navigate this purpose and let this purpose unfold. And you've heard a lot of this before, but I'm going to drive it home for you, okay? The ache will take place and you will start to be prepared and you're going to have opportunity to restructure what is not working within you, not exterior but within, in order for you to arrive in this highest possible timeline. So I refer to that as healing your limiting beliefs. Step one, what does that actually mean? It means that you have been imprinted by the world. You have been suppressed by the world. You have had trauma as a child. Your inner child has had pain. Your teenage self has had pain. Your young adulthood has had pain. I today has pain. Like we have trauma. We're humans. We're in this very challenging timeline, this very challenging sphere, this realm, this bullshit, right? So you've got to figure out what are the hidden subconscious beliefs that you're operating off of that are holding you back, right? What are those things? When you find them, awareness brings change and you can start to shift them into through the power 369, not gratitude fucking journaling. That's bullshit. Through the actual work of the power 369, which is what this book is, how to use that. And your inner child healing is in there. This is You've got to do that. You've got to do that transmutation, that transformation within so that you can pull in because your vibration is going to attract through the law of attraction is going to attract the next thing. So you've got to shift that inner vibration. It's not about falsified fake positivity and all those things. It's not that. It is really choosing how you want to define your role in the world, the way you love yourself, the way you honor yourself, the way you operate in connections, relationships, the way you perceive financial flow, the way you are you comfortable being seen, being heard, being valued, being respected, or do you have fears that people won't do that? Like these are the things that we have to figure out. Okay. Then from there, this creates space for you to have more of your inner compass, your cosmic heart, give you the direction. There's 12 universal principles. One of them is the principle of inspired action. That principle means that there's a map in you. This is how energy is governed through you. You have a map that's going to tell you what to do next. Your inspired action comes from your cosmic heart. It comes from the consciousness you are. It doesn't come from the fucking universe. It doesn't come from a galactic protector. It doesn't come from an ascendant master. That's not even a real thing. That's fourth dimensional consciousness thinking, not 5D, 6D, six dimensional conscious thinking. So again, that's all in the book, the grown up book, not the kids book. So this is all about how do I ascend my inner self? How do I ascend and create space within myself without putting my power outside of the self and saying bullshit things like the universe will provide and manifesting is a real thing. The five says like manifesting is not, it's not something exterior, it's interior. It's how you govern energy. It's what you do with your energy, with your belief structure. So all of these, like I hate to say it because it's so unpopular, but they're fucking bullshit. There's so many courses out there. Even Gabby Bernstein, who I love that bitch. She's cool as shit, but she's out here throwing a manifesting masterclass. And I'm like, but it's not that. She's the universe. No, we don't. The universe is inside you. You are universal flow. You have to understand the principle of divine oneness. You have to understand that you are one with all that is, including the universe. It's not exterior. It is all interior. So you don't ask outside. You don't pray outside of yourself. That's what we were taught in order to suppress ourselves from attracting it in. So we got to do that. Okay. Um, okay. Then from there, I was reading the comments. Sorry. You can't force it. I tried to force this so many times. I tried to force it so many times. Anytime that we try, and this is so, it feels so against the grain, when we try to make shit happen, when we force shit happening. I remember paying $300 to take a course, a publishing course with Hay House, this was already done, just so I could get this in their hands so that they would say, well, definitely, yes, let us put you into the World Diamond. We 100% will do that for you. Oh my God, I tried everything to make this work. I spent fucking months writing a proposal, a publishing proposal. And fuck that noise. Why didn't I spend months listening to my compass and then getting to this space now, right? Um, way easier, way easier. But I was forcing it. So we don't want to force things or strive for or try really hard because that is denoting to the energy field that you are that you don't have it and that it's hard. And so therefore you start to push away the outcome instead of summoning the outcome to you, through you, with you, for you. So we have to go into allowance, which is not easy for a human to do if you still have belief structures that say life is hard, that challenges are too heavy and too hard, or ascension symptoms are too much. If you're still going into that, then you're not going to arrive there. So we've got to like really tap into trusting the compass and not forcing the outcome. You must become, and that takes a tiny bit of time. Don't do it the hard way like I did. It took me from 2009 to now. You have to become the outcome. You have to become the energy outcome. You have to become the product itself. You have to become the vibration of it. I was still in ego in 2029, or sorry, 2009, 2029. Like, what's that about time? I was still in the ego fear of, I'm afraid to be seen. I'm afraid to really truly be held and honored. And I'm afraid I'm not going to be respected because that was my fucking childhood. Right. So I was forcing it all the time. If I had launched then, it wouldn't have worked. It would have fallen flat. And then I would have given up and never tried again. So you have to become the outcome. The outcome of this book is becoming fearless, teaching children how to release fear, teaching children the tools and techniques to change their perception, which is all in this book. And this book came way after. This was the book I channeled a couple of years ago and launched last year. This is the one that I wrote. So it's like the cart before the horse situation. In this book, I talk about the 5 steps of creation. I talk about how your subconscious belief creates an emotion in the body, and that emotion is the perception, the lens that you, or sorry, the frequency, the energy that you are, and the energy that you are is the perception that you look through, and that perception becomes your reality. Those are the 5 steps of how we create stuff. And this is helping children and moms and dads and theys that are like parents, caregivers, grandparents, helping understand how to not let fear consume you and change the perception. So it's changing the perception, which releases fear. So to those 5 stepping stones, we're helping children not develop the subconscious limitations. We're helping them just release the fear right away. And like, imagine a world where children got to do that. Like we'd have, our world would change because of them, right? Um, yeah, I know. I got that message too. They're like, that's the message, Dime. 2029, something will happen for you. Dude, every year something happens for me. This is insane. But yeah, maybe that's when I'll meet the love of my life and not fall apart into a million pieces. I don't know. Okay. So there's those steps. Then you have to let that energy move through you. You have to let the dream move through you. And you can't hold on to expectation, timeline. You can't say now and this is the absolute. We had this amazing, oh my God, channeling session. And let me just look to where I wrote this down because my notes are all over the fucking place. Oh, Rosa, I know you're in the comments. What was that? Do you remember that one, like, that one? Oh, here it is. I got it. Never be absolute about anything. When I was channeling the Galactic on Tuesday, they said, we were talking, and this is part of like my reality for sure. I have no expectation on tomorrow. I have zero expectation on longevity of anything or how things will unfold. And when we do that, we allow the highest possible outcome with the path of least resistance when we just detach from expectation. And so when I was channeling on last week or this week, sorry, a couple days ago, they were like, never be absolute about anything, but because by being absolute about something, you are limiting the outcome. So there is no absolute. There is no, it has to be here, how, whatever. Like, allow the flexibility of universal flow to create, or consciousness to create the highest possible outcome. Thank you for all of the congratulations, guys. I really, really love you. I can't wait to go through the comments. I'll probably bawl my eyes out. I'm trying to avoid them right now because like, this is literally this was my biggest dream. This moment, seeing, I cannot wait for you guys to post pictures of like your grandbabies and your babies reading this. Oh my God. Like, I just, please do, and tag me in every picture you put up of this, because this, the little girl that I am, She was bounced around from home to home to home. She'd had no stability, and her parents were children, so she thought her parents didn't even want her, and when her parents did want her, she was sexually abused, she was beaten, she was manipulated. One of her parents was a narcissist. I'm sure they're great people now, I don't fucking know, I don't know them, but that little girl, she wasn't okay, she wasn't safe, she was tortured, and I remember very, very, very distinctly every time that I would get picked up and put into a car and driven to another location because nobody kept me. Every time that happened, I would sit in the back seat and I would open my heart. And I knew I was something bigger, but I didn't have the human maturity to figure out what it was. I knew I was something bigger than a human, but I couldn't figure it out. And so I would just open up that knowing in my heart and I'd let it move out my hands and I'd sit in the back seat of the car with my hands like this. And I'd be like, pushing out of the sides of my hands. I'd be like, okay, this is what I'm doing. Like I'm sending love to everything out there. And I'm just going to give all of this. Like I know there's something and I know it's not God. Like I know it's galactic. I'm going to let it move through my heart, through my hands. I'm going to push it. And one day I'm going to find a way to make sure that no kid hurts the way I hurt. That was my like little girl. I don't want children to hurt the way I hurt. I to give it to me, it's okay. I can take it, but I don't want other children. I want to change the world for children. I don't want them to grow up the way I'm growing up. And that was my biggest desire in the entire world. And now, like, this is it. This is it for me. This is the one of 12. Um, I'm so fucking excited. I'm so fucking excited. It's just a sweet, cute little book, but the way it sits with you. So can't wait for you to read it. Can't wait for you to share it. I can't wait to see what your reviews are because like I gave it to this like some dudes are dumb as fuck. Sorry, some humans are dumb as fuck. Okay. So I gave it to a dumb as fuck kind of human who like has no depth. And I was like, can you just read this to your little girl? And he did. And a couple of days later, he was like, this is a couple of years ago. Um, he was like, I can't stop thinking about it. And I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, yeah, she really liked it. She thought it was super cute, but she doesn't really care about a lot of things. But every time I'm driving home from work, I'm like looking for the moon. And I'm like, the activations worked. Interesting. So it's so cool, right? Okay, back to the stepping stones. So we talked about letting the energy move through you. The last two are learning to allow. It's not about surrender. So I am going to be that's in the upcoming grown-up book, but I still have lots of work to do on that because there's so much I want to put into it. So anyway, it's not about surrendering. Surrendering is giving your power away to something else. It's about allowing. And so, excuse me, it is all about how do I move into the vibration of trust? And you can't move into the vibration of trust if you have wounds in your subconscious still. Okay. So that's why it's so important. So knowing all of that and knowing what's coming through, the galactic teams that I work with have helped me. I just went through, let's get into this piece. I don't really want to go into it too much because I talked about it on our podcast permission slip, but I am single. Big transition just happened in my life and everything's okay. Nobody cheated. Nobody lied, nobody betrayed. It's not anything like that. We still very much care for each other, but there is there's a big energy transition coming. And I've been feeling it all year. And I went through when I got sick a couple months ago. So I've been dealing with my lungs, right? Now I understand why. But anyway, um, so I take those couple weeks off and I'm just in this healing. So anyway, we are if you are allowing yourself, we are changing and we are going to have big opportunities come our way. Really big, beautiful soul purpose opportunities come our way. And in all of that, I have evolved a lot. I had a very defining moment of darkness a couple weeks ago where and it was a moment, just a little like, what the fuck am I doing though? And it's like a veil came off where I was like, oh, I I am literally pouring love onto someone's wounds, thinking that if love exists, their darkness will fade. But they have to choose. They have to choose to receive. And so it is simply a space of me honoring what is required for me in my core and him honoring what is required for him in his core. And right now, that is not compatible. But I mean, there's beautiful connection and whatever. We're taking some space right now to move through the emotions of it all. But I had to go through this transition and going through that transition of like the veil coming off and being like, oh my God, I'm about to do this. Okay. Um, we're about to make this decision. Like, whoa. And in all of that, the stepping stones of how to truly, truly liberate yourself from everything that's holding you back. And so in 1 week, I let go of some habits that weren't that great for me. I fully quit smoking. I didn't anticipate to do that either. I fucking love menthol cigarettes. I get like the organic ones from the Aboriginal, the native reserve here. Um, in case you can't tell, that might be in my descent. And I was like, no, I'm going to let this go. My marriage is going to go. I'm going to reshift where how many animals are in my space. I'm going to reshift my focus. I'm going to I've let go of sugar. I've let go of meat. I've let go of, well, a little bit of meat still, but not red meat or pig or anything like just bird. I don't even know why I'm sharing this with you. I've just let go of a lot of shit, is what I'm trying to say. Like so much over the last little while. And as I've done that, it's like I'm like lifting off more. And I'm not saying you need to let go of any of these things at all. The only thing that I'm saying you need to let go of is the limitations within yourself. So, anyways, through all of that, what I'm fucking trying to say in the longest way possible is the galactic helped me structure and guided me through a lot of that. And so now I fully understand how to, within one itty bitty fucking conversation with yourself, cleanse it out. Cleanse out what's not serving you. And so that's what the retreat is in January. So make sure that you pay attention to the newsletter that's coming out because I do give some tips in there as well. Because here we go, man. December, I almost said September. December is all about shaking up everything that's not serving you. It's the shake up, the look at it. What are you going to do about it? You need to make a decision. It's not action, it's decision making time. And then as we get to the end of December, it's like, let's fucking go. And so January, February's energy is all about rapid change. Change that's happening so fast that for those that are uncomfortable with change, you're going to go into fucking panic. You're going to have panic attacks and anxiety and all of the things. And those of you that are prepared for it and understanding what to do with the energy, you're going to soar. You're going to be soaring. You're going to be like, here we go. And you're going to see so much beautiful change in your world. And oh my gosh, I want that for you. Oh, it's intense times. Anyways, there's all of that. Okay. Here we go. Amazing. So thank you. I'm going to remind you one more time about the concert. Why can't I even talk? I think that I need to be done. I have to record the energy forecast still, and I think I just need to be done today. I did not sleep very well. I had a lot of galactic energy. I had shit knocking on my bedroom door last night. I was like, oh, okay, cool. Hey, how's it going? Come on in. Oh, like what? So much is happening right now. Okay, the contest, not concert, contest. So remember, evidence. So just tag us when you either of the books, share either of these. If you have it, share it. If you purchase it, share it. Tag us in your pictures, tag us in the post. Every single time but you make sure you tag us so Ashley and I can see it. Every time you tag us and you post either of these books, you're going to get a ballot into a big ass bowl for winning the contest. And then a book review. So I'm going to include already the book reviews that are already up. So some of you have already written amazing, thank you, book reviews on this over the last year. So you're all going to get 5 ballots because I love you and I need to. And then anybody who writes a book review for either of the books is going to get 5 ballots. And the prize is 3 of you. So I'm going to pull the ballots. 3 of you are going to join me in January for a full hour hangout where we can talk about whatever you want to talk about. We can drink, we can celebrate, I can answer questions, I can channel your higher self, your galactic self. We can talk about the book, we can just hang out, we can whatever you want to do. It's all for you. So there'll be three of you, which I'm really, really, really stoked about. So make sure that you tag us in that. It's going to be so much fun. All right. I'm going to go catch my breath and I am going to drink some water and then I'm going to record the energy forecast for next week because it's big and I know it's big. Don't forget that this energy week is leading into, so make sure you're following the shorts on YouTube or on TikTok. It's big. Sunday is all about like understanding miracle energy and what's coming for us. And so the tools are there to arrive in that. There's that. Happy Thanksgiving to all of the US star seeds out there and light workers. We love you guys. And I'll see you where I see you. I'll see you in Starseed Rebellion. I'm going to try and get some video recordings done for that very soon as well to answer your questions in the Q&A there. But I'll see you there and I'll see you next week sometime. All right. Go be amazing. I love you tremendously. Believe in yourself. Thank you for celebrating with me and thank you for letting me feel so loved as I go through this crazy transition, but also celebrating that this book is finally, finally, finally available. So mwah, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you. I love you. I will see you when I see you. Have the most amazing, amazing day, guys.